going, everyone? It's Liam Carrison here, and it's time to delve into Ahsoka as we're on the penultimate episode for this series, which is, pretty upsetting to think about the fact that we will be concluding things next week. I've really enjoyed this show so much, and yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to be happening over the course of these next 2 episodes. But yeah, like I said, next week it'll be a sad day for us all, because this show, week after week, has been killing it, and yeah, with last episode it was no exception. Even if we did take the focus away from Ahsoka, we did get to Peridia, and not just that, but we got to see Thrawn, we got to see Ezra Bridger. So yeah, it was really, really great stuff, and yeah, it'll be really, really intriguing to see what will happen, as we're gonna assume that Ahsoka will ultimately make her way from to Peridia, should I say, given the fact that she was absent for the majority of the last episode. So yeah, and of course Thrawn is ready to take care of that problem, although I imagine it will be a bit of an unsuccessful endeavor. So yeah. But like I said, I'm excited to get into this episode. So with that said, it's episode 7 of Ahsoka. Let's go.
I was doing in the best way I know how.
I see. And you protected the New Republic by ignoring direct orders.
No,
shush
I protected the New Republic by ignoring you.
Ooh! Yikes! She was impressed.
Can we at least agree?
Syndulla will be court-martialed for disobeying a direct order.
Someone has it back.
Pardon me,
3PO?
Identification.
3PO!
I do not need to show you identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
3PO.
Hey!
That Senator Ziono had held a vote against such a mission.
Ooh.
Without her.
This is preposterous. The court cannot admit evidence of this kind from a mere droid.
We love 3PO. Oh! Chopper was ready to throw hands!
Is willing to overlook this mistake.
How real is the threat of Thrawn's return?
Wow.
We have to prepare for the worst.
Not the news. Yeah, hope for the best. Not the news you want to hear, is it? That, well, it's gonna look bad. He's on his way. 3PO, though.
In this war, you will face more than just droids. General Grievous, Asajj Ventress, even Count Dooku.
Ventress mention!
You could face any one of them on the battlefield.
We're being fed so great today. It's great that she still has recordings of Anakin. It's just very, very wholesome, like getting that Master Apprentice vibe still.
This was his last one.
Or even the same planet where Lady Wren was taken.
I think the odds are pretty good.
No, in fact, they're terrible. Astronomically terrible.
Well, you should
Never tell her the odds.
I did, but you never... The worst part is, I hope you...
I just love the fact that Ahsoka is just taking the piss out of him, and yeah, so easy to wind up.
The field eventually terminates. At least the whales are providing some cover.
Yeah, but I feel so bad for that. Oh, yeah. They're like...
You had to say something.
I was being optimistic. Well, we found the enemy.
Yep. What gives it away?
The master was General Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
You're certain there's only the one starship.
He's low-key shitting it, though. Because he's had an interaction with Anakin in the past, so...
Thanks.
Never really thought about how much I've missed.
Oh.
I'm still trying to process everything you told me. The Empire was defeated.
Battle of Endor.
Ah, yeah.
Endor died.
That's what people say.
Somewhere Oscar Isaac's spine has just chilled.
I mean, congratulations.
Go on.
No, that's great. Makes sense.
Oh, he's doing fantastic as Ezra.
First learning.
I remember.
Yeah. So where is Ahsoka? Is she coming?
I see her.
Ah! And they intercepted the call.
Jedi is there.
You know, it's rude to pry in on a private phone call.
Kill Sabine Wren and Ezra Bridger. Then take your place in the coming Empire.
Oh. Oh, shh.
Your ambition drives you in one direction. My
Not
path
wrong.
lies in another.
Oh, shit. So he's cutting ties with her. Okay.
Guarantee defeat.
Aish. Shin's low-key gonna be feeling like she's been kicked in the teeth. They come ready. They come ready. Yes, yes.
Any real weapons?
Yeah, like
Peaceful people.
Peaceful, fine. You didn't mention defenseless.
yeah. Ram them off the road. Or that. Yes. Oh, we're definitely gonna have match number 3.
Who's that?
Oh, great.
She's like you, but lacks your sense of humor.
Protocol state.
Won't need to land.
Oh, not this again.
Yes, this Once I'm on the ground, draw the fighters away.
Yes, of course. Just remember what happened last time.
You got the timing wrong?
And didn't I feel terrible?
No!
The banter between these two. Something's gotta happen, right? For like this has to be the final match, right? I mean, it has been a while, so I can see Ezra cutting himself off from, you know, using a weapon, etc. Nice! Hey! Oh, he trampled her!
It's not looking good for you.
Oh no! Ah, of course, of course. Yeah, Ahsoka's definitely good. Oh,
Can't defeat me.
Perhaps. I don't have to.
yeah. Oh my God.
Our sight is short one mercenary.
Oh.
Where's Bell and Scott?
Yeah. Things not going according to plan.
Or we could just... Don't you want to take us as prisoners?
He's nailing this as Ezra.
Fire!
Oh, fight. Oh! Hey!
I see only our enemies reunited.
Let me show you what I see.
He's just like, yeah, let me finish.
With our enemy distracted, the cargo transfer is now almost complete. Which means we shall soon leave this forsaken planet.
Oh, no.
Lost the one thing she could not.
As long as they are prepared, and as long as Ahsoka and Co could be stranded, that's fine. It's fine. I'd like a clean sweep, but...
I can help you.
She's too far gone. I could help her.
And miss this reunion?
Yes. Oh. Happy days.
Guys, I'm getting a feeling. I think I might be going home after all.
Let's hope. I just have a bad feeling about this. I just have a bad I mean, Thrawn... He even said it himself, though. He wants to ensure that he's a step ahead of Ahsoka, and you know, even if this was not a desired outcome, and like especially with Balin's absence, as long as they overall have the upper hand, that's all that matters, really. But man, no, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed this episode. It was, you know, pretty much action-packed. But it was very, very fun as well to explore that kind of strategic side as well of things with Thrawn. Whilst all of the players were making their moves, of course, on this chessboard. So, yeah, but it was so good. It has me really excited to explore next week, like what is going to be awaiting Balin, but also how we're going to conclude things overall, because I just have a really bad feeling about how things might end for Ahsoka in terms of you know, maybe Ahsoka and Co get stranded. We have a bad ending here, so Thrawn's definitely returning to the known regions. That's one thing we'll take for granted. But it's for me, it's the matter on who's gonna get left behind. That is, it's not gonna be Thrawn. It might be somewhat like there's gonna be a few characters that we've gotten an attachment to that is gonna be left behind, surely. So yeah, like I said, for the most part, this episode had a lot of action involved, which of course I don't mind whatsoever. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen next week, because we've got a few things to, of course, tie up. And, you know, assuming that that the final episode will be 40 minutes long, that's, you know, excluding the end credits and all of that, which takes up like 5 minutes. Yeah, you just got to think about about quite a few things that are going to happen. I feel like this was the final, perhaps battle with Ahsoka and Balin, but you could see the confidence in Ahsoka there, learning what she needed really in regards to what happened to her when she got knocked off the cliff face, and yeah. But with Balin, of course, there is still that thing that is calling to him. So yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to resolve that like pretty neatly, because like I said, it's all about getting the band to the Chimera in time. And not just that though, but we've still got a few things to tie up, like Shin as well, now that she's been abandoned. So yeah, I don't know if they're going to be planning for or if they had plans for a season 2, because I don't know if this was going to be a limited series or like Obi-Wan, or if there was, you know, potentially more wiggle room for a series 2, because you know, this is a pretty important thing for what is ultimately going to be the end game with that movie, of course, that will tie up this kind of era that kickstarted with The Mandalorian. So I don't know if it's going to get to a case of, okay, well, we'll have a few more series of, you know, Ahsoka or Mandalorian to kind of build and build. So, yeah. But, yeah, because, like I said, with Season 2, I don't know if that's going to, if there was a Season 2, I don't know if that's going to kind of push things forward in terms of a few characters. The only issue is, of course, they can't do so with Balin's story, because we know why, with sadly the circumstances of Ray Stevenson passing away earlier this year. So yeah, other than that, like I said, there are a few stories that and I feel like I do have confidence that this final episode will conclude things for everyone in a neat bow. But it's just, you think about what's happening with the Chimera, you're going to think about, you know, probably a bit of a big showdown between Ahsoka and Thrawn. Shin, like, we still got to explore what's going to be next for her. You got all of these different things, so, yeah. But, yeah, like I said, I have confidence that they are going to wrap things up really, really neatly. So, it's just going to be very interesting to see what will happen ultimately, how we're going to end it. Because, like I said, there is no doubt whatsoever that Thrawn is going to return to the main galaxy. That is, I think, 100% confirmed and all of that. Like I said, especially with what is going to be the end game of all of this. Since we are actually going to be doing to the Empire. But it's all about what's going to happen to our protagonists as well. As well as Shin, potentially. I mean, I feel like she's going to be, you know, stuck on this planet, mate. Like, either that or she's going to die, and I hope not. I don't want to see her die. My heart will be broken. But, yeah. You've got Balin and what he's looking for, but of course we've got, I mean, not that Shin and Balin were protagonists, but in terms of Ahsoka, in terms of Ezra, yeah, I feel, I just can't help but have this gut feeling inside me that something is going to happen to at least one of the characters. Not in terms of death or anything, but in terms of, well, they are stranded on Peridia. So, yeah, it could be Ahsoka. It could be, you know, it could be all of them for all we know. But we'll see. Which, you know, will push back the heroes in terms of Thrawn's return. Because you already have, of course, Hera trying to convince... she convinced Mon Mothma about the fact that we've got to prepare for the worst in regards to Thrawn's return. Of course, there are some people who are not having it, like Senator Xiono. So, what a dick. I just want to curtail here and say, what a dick. So, it was great seeing 3PO return to shut his ass down. And then when he decided to discriminate the droids, Chopper was ready. I just love how Chopper was ready to be like you didn't need to understand what he was saying to know that he was ready to throw hands and commit more war crimes. So, and I don't blame him. And I think a lot of us are just peeved with Xiono and would, like, it would just be great for Chopper to just sort his ass out. So, yeah, but, yeah, with 3PO, of course, he was able to save our skins, really, and give Hera a bit of a push forward because, you know, with the New Republic, of course, not willing to open their minds in regards to the prospect of the Empire and Thrawn's return. It's you know, a very, very brutal fight, but thankfully 3PO coming in clutch with the fact that, well, Leia said this, so yeah. But yeah, like I said, with everyone stranded on Peridia, you just get that feeling that, I mean, this would just be very, very much ominous. With Thrawn inevitably returning and everyone not being able to like, they, like the heroes, the New Republic, they would be sitting ducks, really, as Thrawn, well, it's not just the fact that Thrawn will return to power, but of course he's got cargo there, which you know, one has to assume that it's see, the bad feeling that I have in regards to the cargo is that they contain the dead. They contain, like, yeah, maybe I'm assuming Night Sisters or something like that. It's something that is going to be very, very grim. So yeah, but like I said, with Thrawn returning to power, with everyone potentially stranded on Peridia. And then, you know, Ezra's message about, I think I'm finally going home. At the very end of the episode, I don't know, you just have this bad feeling in your stomach, and I don't like it. So, but, yeah. I mean, it does give Thrawn ultimate victory. I mean, you even saw him in this episode who was a bit bummed out about the fact that this portion of, I guess, this portion resulted in a loss for him. He's not really fussed about that. And that's Thrawn in a nutshell, really. I mean, sometimes, like, he does believe that, you know, you might have to lose some to win some, basically. You might have to, you know, lose a few small battles to ultimately win this war. Necessary sacrifice. And that's it, though. Like, time has been bought for him. I mean, yeah, he didn't anticipate Baylan no-showing to, like, in terms of what was gonna, what he, you know, ultimately expected with Ahsoka's arrival and, you know, them taking care of Ezra and Sabine. But it's not the end of the world for him. Things are still going according to plan, like, especially since the cargo's nearly all ready. So, yeah, as long as they get delayed, then, yeah, that's really fine for Thrawn. So, yeah, he would have preferred the other option, Baylan sorting them all out and killing them, but he's not going to lose sleep at night over it. So, yeah. But again, like I said, it was just great seeing the strategic mindset of Thrawn just being brought into live action in regards to, you know, him just assessing the battle map, should I say, and not just that though, but with Morgan, she was a bit like she didn't grasp the, I guess, intellect that Thrawn has when it comes to like something like that in regards to how that battle was not favoring ultimately Thrawn, like in terms of how he wanted them all, you know, eradicated, etc. But he's also got to think, well, if, you know, Baylan or Shin or whatever they don't show up, then it might not necessarily you know, be bad. It'll not be ideal, but it is what it is. So as long as they get delayed, as long as time favors us, that's all that matters at the end of the day. So yeah. But yeah, it was a really, really solid episode. I am excited to see how this finale is going to go, but yeah. It was also great to see Anakin again. I was not expecting him to show up. After, you know, confronting him in the world between worlds. So, yeah, we're just eking out a bit more Hayden. So, yeah. So, and with that said, of course, I am very curious to see if Thrawn is going to bring up Anakin in front of Ahsoka, because Thrawn has had interactions with Anakin in the past. And of course, he made that mention about the fact that when the Night Sisters sensed, or the mothers, should I say, sensed that Ahsoka was on her way, Thrawn wanted to get the lay of the land on her. Like, I want to know, you know, her strategies. I want to know her master. All of this. And it was a very, very important detail to bring up because, like I said, Thrawn has had interactions with Anakin in the past. So. And knows about the fact that he's Vader. But he is not one of those people who's like, oh my god, guess what? Darth Vader and Anakin are the same person. He keeps that to himself. So I feel like, I don't know, with that mention last week and then Thrawn coming to that realization that, holy shit, her master was Anakin, I feel like he's going to use that as a very detriment. Like, when Ahsoka and Thrawn do encounter each other in the next episode, I do feel like Thrawn is going to use something to try and put a dent in Ahsoka's mentality about Anakin. So, yeah. But we'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah. It was really, really great stuff, this episode. And, yeah, I really, I really enjoyed it. And it just has me anticipated to see what's going to happen next week. Like I said, I've got nothing but bad vibes in regards to, this is not going to be a happy ending. Don't get your hopes up. So, yeah. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time.